Two-time Olympic medalist Picabo Street had to overcome multiple injuries in her career to win gold and silver medals. Street is in Sochi to not only cheer on Team USA, but to promote Stay on the Slopes. That's a program that provides injury prevention technology to keep athletes injury-free on and off the mountain. I asked her about that and how she thinks our ski team is doing so far in Russia on KC24 Sunrise.
So far, so good on the ladies' side. You know, I think a lot of people had their hopes on Bodie Miller in the downhill, and he had great training runs, which, you know, which it does get you fired up and excited. But I was up there on his last training run, and when he was asked, you know, your competitors are saying you're unbeatable tomorrow, he immediately blew that comment off like, no. I wish that was the case, but I'm going to have to bring it tomorrow in order to beat these kids.
All right, now, you know what it's like to come back from an injury. Lindsey Vaughn's dealing with the same thing with her knee. Tell us about this program you are currently working with now.
Okay, so the program that I'm working with is called the City Every Step of the Way program. City.com/everystep is where you can go and participate in the program. You can help support the athletes, and that's where the athletes go for their awareness and for their equipment information, for all of their information on how they can go about getting back on the slopes once they've been injured. It also helps thousands of kids across the country through all the different initiatives to figure out what they should be doing for training, to have opportunities to get out on the ice. There's so many different ways that this program is helping the young Americans, it's helping the current Americans, and it's helping the athletes that are here right now. Because when you're here at the Olympics, and oftentimes your family isn't here, it's your sponsors and the people that you've met with those sponsors that are your family. They become your family away from home when you're here, and these athletes are really relying on those relationships, really relying on those friendships, and really relying on that support and that back behind them. Like, we got your back, just go, jump for the stars. We're here whether you catch them or not.
I've got to ask you, as a skier, being competitive and so successful, do you really have to have a little bit of daredevil in you to do this kind of stuff? You're going 80 miles down a mountain. It's kind of crazy to me, but do you have to have that daredevilish stuntman mentality when you're out there?
You do, a little bit. And you know what's really funny is I talked to my husband after he watched the men's downhill, and he said, you know, honey, you used to do that, and I think there's a little crazy in you. And I said, you knew that. But I think he's kind of getting a little bit of an idea after watching the Olympics. And with the camera angles that they're able to get now, people are starting to get a better idea of just how steep they are and just how much air we are catching and just how fast we are going. And yeah, I look back on it too and go, yeah, there's a little crazy in here.
Final thought, we're both very young still. I'm not going to give your age away or mine. So do you ever wish you could get back on that mountain for another run while you're there in Sochi checking things out?
Still 29 and yoked, what do you mean? No, there are times when I wish that I could get up there and run it again. Absolutely. There are certain downhills they run in the year. Like, I will never be okay on that third weekend of January for the rest of my life. That's the Cortina downhill weekend, and that was the best weekend of my life every year because I loved that downhill. It was so raw and so rip-roaring. So yeah, I definitely missed the start to the finish. It's all the rest of the stuff around it that I got tired of, and my body was like, okay, with all the I didn't get it right runs, you know what I mean? So yeah, I miss it, but I love living vicariously through the next generation, and I love being a part of helping get them out there and keep them out there on the slopes doing it. And my palms get sweaty and I get fired up every time they race.
Well, thanks so much for the memories when you were out there representing our country. Olympic champion Picabo Street joining us here on KC24 Sunrise. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the games. We really appreciate your time.
Absolutely. Thanks, George. Have a good one. You enjoy too.
All right. Yes, we certainly are. And now here's the program Picabo Street is involved with. For more information, go to www.city.com/everystep. It's a good program.